Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, very special welcome to this Nikken Choice presentation. It's my pleasure to be your host this evening. My name is Ben Woodward. I'm a Royal Diamond with Nikken. I've been with us for a few years and have the privilege of being the host this evening. If you're watching this for the first time, if you're a guest and you're invited to watch this presentation to get a feel for what Nikken is about, I want to extend a very special welcome to you. If you're watching this either live or through recording, the great thing is we have the versatility and flexibility for both. I want to take you through a couple of very important concepts this evening in regards to discussing the role and benefit of holistic wellness and balance in our lives. The critical thing that we have found here at Nikken, we've been in business now for 40 years. And what we have found over these last 40 years is what is fundamental to most people, in fact, probably all people around the world, in regards to finding happiness and fulfillment in their lives, is achieving a sense of balance. This balance is achieved through what we have identified as the 5 pillars of health: a healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And when we find balance in these 5 critical areas, what we discover is we start to experience a sense of well-being and harmony, which truly makes life more enjoyable. I heard it once said that the quality of our lives is proportionate to the quality of our emotions. That being said, when we look to pursue or achieve certain goals in our lives, that the underlying objective is really to ensure that we have a quality of life that makes it enjoyable and sweet. However, as we look at some of the stresses that we experience with modern living, we see that stress is on the up. As we look at the reasons for stress, here are just a few, and we can all look at different reasons that we can add to the list here. Financial worries, health concerns, a lack of time. It's interesting, whilst we still have 24 hours in a day, we also find that time has a new currency today. And with all of the pressures of modern living, whilst it makes life more convenient, it also makes it far more demanding. And so I think this is really important for us to recognize just how difficult it is for so many to get that lifestyle balance right. So we also see that amongst all of this, we've got many unhealthy lifestyle demands. We've got other things getting in the way: failure to take time out and relax, family responsibilities, workplace conflict, inability to accept things as they really are, just to name a few. And this is, I think, something very, very important. This last point here, our inability to accept things as they really are. Just before I proceed, if I could just ask everyone to self-mute. You've got a little mute button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screens if you're online. If you're not on the video, if you can push your self-mute as well, that would be fantastic. There was just that little bit of background noise, which I think is a little bit disruptive there. So this principle of inability to accept things as they really are, I want to touch on that for just a moment, because one of the great challenges that I find many of us face is we want to change things, but the critical things that need changing are often the things we don't want to. For example, if we look at our financial worries, we can see some things might often require some significant change, but where we feel the stress is often where we find the solution. Wouldn't you agree with that, ladies and gentlemen? If you look into your own lives and look at where the stress is that you're experiencing, that what you'll find, I'm getting an instruction here, I need to mute the audio, so bear with me one second. But what you find is exactly that where the stress is in our lives is where the solution often lies as well. So I would encourage you to look right now at where you feel the stresses in your life and what you feel needs to be done to change that. Do you find that there are some challenges in your life that are causing you concern that you don't know quite how to address? What are the solutions? For many of us, the challenge is found in financial issues. For example, we might find that there is a lack of money. There are healthcare costs. One of the greatest causes, frustratingly, for personal bankruptcy in the United States are healthcare costs. Too much debt. Many of us get into life with too much debt as we get out of our education. The cost of living, simply day-to-day living, is getting more and more challenging for people in every stage of the life cycle that we're in, every element of our progress, from student life through to early marriage and through into retirement. Loss of employment can also be a great cause of concern. Educational expenses are just growing and going through the roof right now. And of course, we've seen many people, as they're approaching the time for retirement, are finding that that is becoming a source of great financial worry too, when their lifetime savings haven't quite worked out the way that they would like them to. So what is the solution here? If some of these concerns affect you, I want to ask you a question. What is it that you're currently doing right now that will remove that concern? Like I said, often as we look at that list, we can see that there may be within there areas where we feel a degree of pain. And if that is the case, if you're feeling the pain there, we need to look into the pain paradoxically in order to find the solution. If we find that our employment is not providing for us the needed financial solutions that we need to get out of the hole that we might be in, if we find that our savings aren't what they need to be, if we find that our retirement doesn't look as restful and reassuring as it should be, what are the solutions that we currently are employing that are going to help us find the peace of mind and remove that pain? Again, paradoxically, we need to look into the pain in order to find the solution. I think of this a little bit like surgery. I will go to hospital because I might have some pain that I'm experiencing. And the surgery that we have operating on us to remove the pain actually can make a little bit of pain in the life of the patient before we even get a little bit better. I've got someone here just very quickly that's logged in as Nikken Live. I'm not sure who that is, but if you're logged in as Nikken Live, if you could just help to do the mute all, that would be helpful to me. You just sent me a little private note there discussing the audio. So that suggests that you're able to do that if you're logged in as Nikken Live.
I also noticed that it's Karen and Steve Crowfoot that still are not muted out. They did not.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you just, Karen and Stephen, if you could just self-mute? It sounds like you may have done that now. That would be great. Thank you so much. That sounds like a huge improvement. Thank you. So like I said, paradoxically, the solution to our problems often lies right where they are, where we are experiencing the pain. Like I said, if I've got an injury and I go to hospital, I've broken my leg, the doctor might need to reset the leg, which is going to cause me some pain. And I might be cooped up in a hospital bed for a few days before I can be out there walking around again, even though I might need some crutches afterwards. That infliction of pain is actually part of the solution to the problem, isn't it? But many of us try to avoid the pain because it's uncomfortable, it's unpleasant, and it isn't something that we like to experience. But what this does for many people, in my experience, is it traps them in a state of mediocrity, or it traps them in an environment where their solutions never get realized. So I want to ask you, as you look at those 5 pillars that we talked about before, a healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, healthy finances, and I paid particular attention tonight, because this is a business presentation, to the financial pillar. Where in that financial pillar do you experience pain? Is it with your monthly finances? Is it the day-to-day living, the month-to-month living? Are you living hand-to-mouth right now? As you look to your future, do you have the savings that provide you peace of mind? Is your retirement plan set up? Do you have solutions? If you're working on something right now, is it working out for you? What do you need to do differently? Again, we need to lean in before we can sit back. And so here tonight, I want to offer you some solutions about what Nikken entrepreneurs do in order to help people achieve a sense of financial balance in their lives. First of all, you can see here that our purpose is to help others to choose active wellness and live a life in balance. Our mission is to ensure that every home becomes a wellness home. What I love about this is whilst we are a business and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, we are a community that is achieving financial balance and working towards that by driving a cause that helps people live a better life. That to me is significant because for many people, as they take a look at Nikken, what they find is as they look back at their lives, they have had to compromise choosing to make a living over making a difference. Do you know people that have done that have chosen to make a living over making a difference, feeling like they had to compromise one over the other? Well, here at Nikken, you don't need to make that compromise. You can make a living and you can make a difference. What do? We share with people our purpose in helping them to achieve a life in balance, and we help empower people to achieve a mission where we can reach out into other people's lives and help them to establish wellness homes. We support customers, of course, with having our wonderful life-changing products, and we create a team environment, a community of people where you can all belong together and be a part of a cause that is bigger than we are. There has been some wonderful research that has been developed recently outside of Nikken that has shown that as we work towards now the year 2030, that there are going to be literally 1/4 of the world's population is going to enter into the middle classes. And they say there that as a consequence of that, what will people seek for? What will they search for? And the research proves that what people will start to search for once that material dream that we often chased over these last number of decades of our own home, maybe a holiday or some overseas travel, that those creature comforts of fashion and of lifestyle and of travel and so on, when they start to get largely realized in people's lives, because it is readily available now, what are they going to search for? They're searching for purpose. They're searching for a sense of belonging. They're searching for greater identity, for greater wellness, interestingly enough, and for a stronger voice, a chance to make a difference and be heard. Well, what we see here is that all of these causes, all of these opportunities are realized in the Nikken purpose and in the Nikken mission. And here we get the chance to truly make a difference with people in having a chance to make a difference and critically make a living. So what is the process here? There is a proven process for creating change. And I'd like to walk you through these simple steps now as to how you can earn money with Nikken and how the whole business model works in really simple terms. First of all, we join Nikken. Traditionally, many of us join by becoming a customer first. Many people find that they experience these wonderful benefits of the Nikken products and then want to get more involved. As we've looked over the last 40 years of experience here in Nikken, what we have seen is that almost 90% of people that join Nikken join for the products. Isn't that interesting? And I think, when we look at that lifespan of Nikken, 40 years on in business, the average lifespan of a company across any industry is just 11 years. Which means we have far outperformed the average company across the planet, I believe largely because of our wonderful life-changing products. So the first step is, for many people, they join as a customer, they experience the products, but then they want to upgrade their customer account and become a Nikken consultant. Some people, of course, catch the vision straight away and jump straight in and have a desire to share and get going. So the next step is, of course, you have your customer experience, your product experience, and then you wish to share and promote the wonderful products and the business opportunity that are all encapsulated in this great cause of helping create and spread active wellness and wellness homes. The third point is really simple. We connect people to each other and we connect people to Nikken. What I love about this third step is it says here that we connect them to the part of Nikken that suits them and their needs and interests best. As we look at the product range that Nikken has, and as we see the holistic approach to wellness, what we discover is that many people come in with a particular product interest or need, or they have perhaps a particular part of that financial pillar that is very, very important to them. And what we can do is adapt and personalize your own business plan according to your personal needs, so that you can have a personalized approach to building your own home-based business. I love that. I love that we can have this holistic approach to wellness, that we have a community cause that is greater than each of us, and that together we can plug in, connect to each other, and support each other in achieving their own personal goals in order to have that abundance take place and that balance take place in the lives of the individuals of the community. Fourth, Nikken ships the product direct to your customers. What I love about this is, from a business establishment perspective, your investment costs are very, very low. There is a small fee for joining as a Nikken consultant. It's less than $100. And aside from that, that's all you have to pay. With that payment, you get your agreement, your contract is signed up with Nikken. That gives you your license to be able to represent Nikken to other people and to invite them to join your organization. It means that you can share the products on behalf of Nikken and get 25% retail profit for every product that you share with the customer. But the great thing is, you don't need to buy the product yourself and fill your garage full of product. Nikken has warehouses on your behalf. Nikken manages the shipment of the product on your behalf. You can direct them to your own personalized website where they can shop for themselves, set up their own auto shipments of products, where as customers, they can now get 25% discount off the retail price if they sign up to auto ship with their repeat consumable products, particularly, of course, in the light of our nutritionals. This is some great benefits. What this means is you've got a holistic approach to wellness, but with some of those critical components that people need month after month. What you get is some added customer value and benefit that will encourage your customers to shop with you through your own personalized site every single month. And the inventory and the shipping is all taken care of, and the repeat purchasing is all taken care of automatically. What a great way to have your business. And of course, the fifth part, which is really neat, is that Nikken rewards you and makes all the payments for you each and every month. We've been in business for 40 years, and there hasn't been a single month that Nikken has slipped or been late or delayed in any way in making its payments to all of the hundreds of thousands of consultants that we've had all around the world. This is something that you can depend on every single month to take care of your business. I love that. I love that. So, how do we get going? Excuse me?
Hattie needs to mute. That's Hattie.
Cabby, can you please mute your line? We can hear the wonderful conversation you're having. So, how do we get started? First, we sign, we upgrade, we become a consultant for $99. We create a monthly plan of generating at least 500 points of retail sales. Why? Because you're going to get 25% retail profit coming in straight away. With any business, we need to have goals. And this is a great place to get started. If you can find a few customers and connect them to the product and generate 500 points of retail sales, and of course find others to do the same, you're going to be off to a great start. So we need to set some financial goals, give ourselves some targets, give us something to aim for, and that 500 points minimum, of course we can go even further, go up to 1,500 points if we wish, but that minimum target gives us a threshold that if we teach our teams to do the same and we duplicate that, what starts to happen there is you start to generate some meaningful income. And what you can see here is what happens as you start to grow that duplicable organization. As you start to get more and more people into your business, you can see the income goes up and up and up and up. The great thing about this business, of course, is that the income and the earning potential is uncapped. There is no ceiling on this. But you have a wide range of benefits. You get retail profits, you get cash bonuses, you get reward points for free product, you get lifestyle bonuses, you get meaningful monthly income, you get incentive trips, and you get leadership bonuses. And on top of all of that, there is a wonderful plethora of support that is available to you through mentors and coaches, through trainings and calls such as this that you can plug people into. meetings and events and all of these things that are designed to help support, train, and connect people together so that collectively, together, as a community of collaborative entrepreneurs, we can make a difference and build the business. So if you're looking at this as a part-time opportunity or as a full-time opportunity, I would invite you to reach out to the person that invited you to listen to this presentation. Make sure that you're asking them the questions of what to do next. I would encourage you to make that choice, to get involved at the very least. Join up, become a part-time entrepreneur, and start sharing this great cause and this great movement. It is so simple to get started. It can take you literally just a few minutes to fill in the forms, to make the payment, and before you know it, by the end of tonight, you can have your own personalized website up and going live on the internet, available with a shopping cart fully in place, ready for you to be able to get your orders placed and to build your business. What a great way to get going. What a great cause to be a part of. And what a great opportunity for each of us to work together in making the world a better place. I want to ask a couple of people to unmute now. We've got just a few minutes left. I'd like to ask, first of all, if we could have Barb Satterwhite unmute her line. And then after Barb, if we could have Madeline do the same. Barb, I'd like you just to share a couple of thoughts, please, on what has happened for you as we've put together this program now and as we're working together with this wonderful cause, what your experience has been like in building a Nikken business. Can you do that for us?
Yes, thanks, Ben, and thanks for the great presentation. Since we've gone to a customer focus, it has been incredibly easy to share with Nikken, with people about Nikken, and as a result, teach our others to do the same. And what we're finding is it's so simple to build a relationship. I call it a shipping industry. We're relationshipping, friendshipping, and partnershipping.
Yeah.
And it all starts with relationshiping. And because of that, it's been so incredibly easy, and the focus is on getting and helping a lot of people. And once you do that, then from that, the business builders will come. So it's been an amazing turnaround since November in my mind because of the ease of the focus on customers. But from a business standpoint, I go back to the 20 years ago. I could go home to visit my dad 4 and 5 and 6 times a year. I didn't have to ask for time off. So working from home and having such a wonderful venue and vehicle to do that has been amazing. Yeah. And there's not anywhere you go that you don't meet somebody that needs our products. It's a matter of the trust and relationship that you build. And that's easy.
I love what you said there, Barb, about being in the shipping industry. Yeah. And then putting it in the context of relationshipping, friendshipping, and because that really is what it's all about. And the great thing is, many people get nervous, don't they, about, do I have to be a salesperson? Exactly. And the great thing is, actually, not really. You just need to be a good friend to people.
Exactly.
And how many people turn that opportunity down to have another friend?
Can I give you a good example?
Please.
I take my husband to physical therapy. 2 weeks ago, there was this wonderful lady who we always just smiled at each other and said hello. The next time I went in, she looked at me and she says, "You look so good. What do you do?" And I just kind of laughed and told her about my KBB. She said, "Well, I want to know more about that." I mean, it wasn't a 10-minute conversation. I said, "Well, I'll be glad to send you some information." She said, "Oh, please do." Bottom line is, I wanted to meet with her to share more, but she said, "Go ahead and order that for me." And the more I asked her questions, I ordered immediately without even talking to her about anything, the KBB bone joint health. And then when I met with her, she was so intrigued with everything and loaned her a few more products. She bought $1,000 worth of products. She just got home yesterday, called me, and now wants the sleep system. Now, what the beauty part about this is that she absolutely says to me, "I just love your friendship." And it's mutual. She's just a sweet person. Now, was that difficult?
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? The more we open our mouths and just share and are interested in others, we find these opportunities to build our business really just start to become very organic and very natural. I can see, Madeline, you're nodding your head there and smiling. Can you tell us just again, give us a quick introduction to yourself, Madeline, and tell us who you are and your profession and what your experience has been with Nikken as well, especially in the context of this great model that we've got here that we've been talking about.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity. I'm in my 50th year in healthcare. I had a quite exciting career in the sick care industry, and then through an outplacement or a downsizing, it provided the opportunity for Nikken. And I caught that global vision when I won the trip to Japan in 1998. You know, I knew when I sat there how big this was, and had always been, I remember being a pioneer coronary care nurse in 1969 and teaching prevention, but yet we never, in our healthcare system in the US, it was always fix it after it's broken rather than teaching the prevention ahead of time. Anyway, just to fast forward to this, 18 years of experience with Nikken and catching that vision and wanting to leave a legacy, wanting to impact the world. And I see that in all the people that I've met in Nikken that just love Nikken. Barb and I, actually, some people get us mixed up. You might see the similarity in the two of us. We've been around at all these meetings together. I want to fast forward to the last year and a half since you've been here. It isn't even a year and a half. It feels like longer. Some of the frustration in recent years, and I think Dennis, there's a Dennis on, it might be Dennis Williams. I can remember when he would come through town, plug and play. I mean, Dennis is the same story over and over and over again, and we could plug and play him right into the events that we had. And yet there seemed to be this diversification, and you refer to it as a vegetable soup early on in speaking to us. And coming. And the concept of collaborative entrepreneur and what you've spoken to here this evening, it's happening. We're helping one another. We're learning from one another. And there is more inter-rater reliability so that we can say it isn't based on my personality or Barb's or Rick's or Dennis's, but it's really based on some content that is consistent, but where we bring in is our individual hearts and our individual background, and to help with that leverage of the ABC. Yeah. So we the power of having now the next phase to bring this into our in-homes and to our big quarterlies. I mean, we can't travel everywhere, and there's just, we're so big. So to be able to pull people together and to have that personal one-on-one or small group or even a larger group, and then bring you in to close or bring several in to close, and to feel like we're in one another's living room. So that's the part that I'd really like to comment on. Like many, I feel that I'm relaunching, and it is, and I can remember Bo Tannis saying so well, when you row a boat, if you have one oar in product sales only or one oar in the business only, your rowboat's going to go in circles. It's both. We want happy customers, and that part I'm so excited about. Pricing strategy and everything about the changes there and making it so much easier. But then also still seeking for the collaborative entrepreneurs that are going to help with this great movement, because that's really what we need. And we need a younger generation. I'm so happy to see you. The other night I watched Haley, who's 18 years old, from her college room, and yet grandpa was on there too. The concept of healthy family is the root of a healthy world with all the stresses that we have today. It's not just the body burden and the environment and the wonderful products that we have, but the violence and the anger and the use of these for drug trafficking and sex trafficking. Nikken is such a holistic solution for healthy society and to help our economy. I don't even want to watch. I'm embarrassed for you to be here as an American now, with what's going on with our election. We have such a solution. And I said the other night at the end of Mike's, we can just close our eyes and visualize an economic income solution based on a purpose-driven, healthy family to create a healthy society with mind-body balance, children, faith at the center, whatever we put it, that life in balance or spirit at the center. It's just so much more. And I'll end with this. We spoke earlier about the holistic approach that Brody did. You have empowered so many people And it has been so exciting to be a part of this. Be patient. I'm confident this exponential growth is going to happen, you know. So right now we're all watching and learning, and I just feel very, very confident about the movement. I remember the one little video clip that they showed of people out on a beach, and one person got up and started acting crazy, and then it took a little while for the second one too, and then pretty soon everybody on the beach was up. Yeah. And so this forum, and continuing to tweak and improve, and how can we take it to another step? That's what's absolutely beautiful, to have Barb in Virginia and you in California and me here and everybody else wherever they are. And to be able to be live and say, this one can mute and that one can unmute, because we're all learning the technology too. It makes it very real, Ben.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's okay for us to be that way, then it's okay for anybody else to be that way, to just be who you are. Love from the heart, share with enough people, and then learn as we go along. We do need to learn skills. It took me a while to become an expert nurse. Yeah. And so it takes a while to become an expert. It is a balance, I think, and I believe. I have an MBA too, so I think some of that comes in. But you have to have structure. You have to have policies and procedures, and profitability, and managing a business. There needs to be a sense to it. And so the love in the heart, and all that's being packaged together here is a sense of direction and purpose. One of those slides that you just had on there, the plan and the purpose and so forth, putting it together. Thank you, thank you. And anybody who's listening tonight, or anybody who will listen again to this video, if it's out there for very long, it's okay to be who we are, and to take just little snippets of time like this, and to be able to impact more people and leverage that. And I thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Wonderful heartfelt testimonial there. I just want to finish with one thought. Are we getting some feedback from my voice?
I'll shut mine off.
Okay, is that better? No, I'm still.
I don't know what happened. I lost my video here too.
Okay. Well, it's gone now. So I'll just finish with this thought, and then we'll conclude that the strength of a nation lies in the strength of its communities, and the strength of its communities lies in the strength of its families. And you know, the home is the central, most core element of any society. And Nikken's course is all about improving that home environment, right down to the individual within the home. Whatever our home looks like, if it's a home of one, or if it's like my home where it's soon to be a home of 9, whatever it is, that home is where the strength of our society lies. And it's so important for us to recognize that we don't just have an opportunity, we also have a duty to make the world a better place, and to stand up and make a difference. Here in Nikken, you get the chance to do that. That is my testimonial to each of you tonight, that we get the chance to do that in Nikken. And if you want to make a difference, if you want to feel of greater value and importance, if you want to have a cause, if you want to be a part of a community, if you want to make really make a change for the better, then join us, be a part of this. And learn, as Madeline said, one little step at a time, baby steps. As long as we get to be ourselves and be authentic, that's okay. We all are learning and growing along the way. As you see, I have done tonight with my sound issues that I've struggled with. But thank you all so much. I'm going to say goodnight. Again, tomorrow, if you need a little bit more convincing, jump on at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to have another call like this, and we're going to have Jack and Karen Ensign, who are going to be facilitating a call that is centered around business testimonials. If you want to hear what other people are experiencing, jump in, join in, be a part of it. Thank you all so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.